Arts Council England is the national development agency for creativity and culture. In January 2020, we published Let's Create, our new 10-year strategy. By 2030, our 829 national portfolio organizations, an England-wide network of theatres, museums, art centres, concert halls, community organizations, libraries, and many others receive regular core funding from us. We aim to prevent discrimination and positively promote equality and diversity for people from protected characteristic groups defined in the Equality Act of 2010, including age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, sex and sexual orientation. In order to do this, it's important that as an organization, we have the data to support the work we want to do around equality. Collecting data from our national portfolio organizations allows us to inform our diversity priorities. We published our first Equality, Diversity, and the Creative Case report in 2015. This covered the national portfolio organizations and major partnership museums from 2012 to 2015. Looking at our diversity reports, while we found gender parity in 2014 to 15 NPO workforce at 50.5% female staff, there was an underrepresentation of women in senior leadership roles. This was namely in roles such as artistic directors, chief executives, and chairs of boards where 45% of board members were female. For our major partner museums, this was lower at 35%. As a result of these findings, we were able to make recommendations and start to combat gender disparity. We introduced Changemakers in 2016, which placed ethnically diverse and disabled leaders within an NPO to develop their senior leadership skills, and some of these placements went to female talent. Using our data, we focus on where there is underrepresentation in the sector. For gender, this is particularly for women in senior leadership roles. We commissioned a review of our definition of diverse-led, which was at the time restricted to organizations where 51% or more of the board and senior management identified as part of the appropriate group. It recommended we allow organizations to self-define based on the background of their key strategic decision-makers. It also suggested extending our definition to include female-led and LGBT-led organizations. We support such organizations that carry out important work around inclusivity and diversity. For example, we have supported Sphinx Theatre Company through project grants with Sphinx 30. They noted that in 2017, 63% of theatres surveyed by Stage Directors UK employed more male directors than female. They also found only 10% of theatre critics were female. We also supported Parents in Performing Arts, an organization formed in 2015 to address the lack of provision for parents and careers in the performing through Elevate Round 2. It found that caring sacrifices were more pronounced for women, with over 8 out of 10 women with caring responsibility, indicating they either work part-time or freelance, compared to 59% of other female participants. The survey found that 76% of parents and carers had to turn down work because of childcare responsibilities, and this was even higher for women at 80%. The female employment rate remains around 10% lower than for men. Arts Council England funded the Parents in Performing Arts Best Practice Charter, which was drafted by 14 leading UK theatre organisations in 2016 to 17. The Charter is a working document that sets out principles organizations can follow to ensure inclusive and accessible working practices for those with caring practices. We partnered with Clear Company to create a recruitment and workforce development toolkit. We also published our Culture Change Toolkit, which helps organizations follow best practice in recruitment and develop a diverse workforce and leadership. As a funding body, we asked the sector to collect and use data to address underrepresentation. For example, all our national portfolio organizations are required to contribute to our Creative Case for Diversity, which was founded in 2011. The Creative Case for Diversity is a way of exploring how art and cultural organizations and artists can enrich the work they do by embracing a wide range of influences and practices. In 2018, we introduced a 4-point scale. Not met, strong, and outstanding. The rating results are based on their artistic programming, engaging diverse people in developing and delivering their program, talent development, identifying and prioritizing resources to deliver diverse work, self-evaluation and sharing of best practice, and participating or driving initiatives to promote equality and diversity. National portfolio organizations in Band 1 must develop and embed SMART, equality and diversity objectives into their business plan, as well as achieve a minimum of MET in response to Creative Case for Diversity. Band 2 and 3 are required to be rated at least strong by October 2021 in response to the Creative Case for Diversity, and will also need to meet additional requirements around the diversity of their workforce and boards. For GFTA, the percentage of total grants awards to female applicants was 44.1% in 2014-15, up from 43.4% the previous year. There was an increase in success rates for female applicants from 47.3% in 2012-13 to 53.6% in 2014-15. Our 2018-19 data showed awards to females had made up 41% of the awards, and female applicants had a success rate of 42%. These are good indicators towards reaching gender parity across our investments. Since our first diversity report in 2015, we have made progress towards our equality and diversity targets. For gender equality, there was focus for women in leadership roles. In 2019, we launched our Transforming Leadership Fund and invested £7.1 million in 18 diverse applicants. All successful projects address our diversity priorities and aim to increase participation of underrepresented groups across the country. As part of this, we funded Brighter Sound, which develops female leaders in the music. There has also been improvement for female leadership in our funded organizations. Our most recent report showed that 47% of board members were female, compared to 44% in 2012-13. Similarly, in 2016, our MPO data showed that 40% of chief executives were female, 28% of artistic directors were female, and 32% of chairs were female. These have risen over the years, and in 2018-19, 52% of chief executives are female, 45% of artistic directors are female, and 40% of chairs are female. Looking at our own workforce at the Arts Council, in 2014-15, 64.7% of all staff were female, with 55.6% female directors and 64.2% female managers. By 2018 to 19, total female staff has increased to 66% with the job level detail remaining similar. More recently, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, there were 9,670 awards given to female applicants, with 75.2% applicants offered funding totaling £35.3 million. This is compared to total applicant success rate of 73.2%. As a funding body, it is essential to have data and evidence with which to identify and take measurable action to move work forwards. These targets will cover both protected characteristics, including disability, sex and race, and socio-economic background.